Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning. The beautiful reminder that you get to choose. Think about whatever time zone you're in. Maybe you're watching this on the replay. I don't know, whatever that moment is. Isn't it amazing that you get to choose what that moment means? You get to choose what someone says means, what's happening in your life means, all of it. It's all fundamentally meaningless. And you, me, all of us, we've been given this gift to give meaning to those things. What's amazing is when you look at that, you'll see all of that's happening in your inner world. And what's even more beautiful about that is when you take control of your inner world, that's when your outer world changes. So make sure you're exercising that, applying that, because through that use, you'll start feeling like you're on top of the world, that you're master and commander of your life. And that's the way that all of us should live. But again, why is it the case that we don't end up living that way? Well, it's because of paradigms, because we're unaware of those programs that are in us that are running 24 hours, 7 days a week, which is why these calls are so important, which is why it's so important for you to use what's shared in these calls in your life. Which leads me to another reminder about this knowledge, this information. Remember, knowledge, information is static, it's passive, it's just there. And the only way that what I'm sharing with you will have power in your life is if you shift it from being static to being dynamic, something that you're using in your life. So make sure you're using it. All right, so with you should have a goal card. These goal cards are incredible. They work if you're emotionally involved with them. And then also make sure you have a copy of this, the Master Key System, which is what we've been studying. And most importantly, as my frequently reminder is to you, use it. You've got to apply it. Use it. All right, so let's get to work. Let's dive into where we left off from. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom. This is number 12 on page 43, because 42 is the previous one, right? And what does Charles Hennell state? The world without reflects the circumstances and the conditions from the world within. Your outer world, whatever those circumstances and conditions are, how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle, the people you surround yourself with, how you dress, the car you drive, the home in which you live. That's the world without. And it reflects the circumstances and conditions of the consciousness within. Your consciousness. Bob Proctor would say this frequently. It's all about consciousness, what you're aware of. Change your consciousness, you'll change your life. Change the dominant thoughts in your mind, what you believe to be true, the habits you have, because that's what your consciousness is. Then you'll change the results of your life. You want this to become a material fact in your life? Then you have to embed this in your consciousness. You have to make it something that's normal in your inner world, something that you're used to. Once you do that, it's just a matter of now of just allowing it to take place. So again, the world without reflects the circumstances and the conditions of the consciousness within, which is why it's so important for you to act as if. to assume the identity, to have an incredible attitude towards yourself. Remember, bad attitude, bad results. Good attitude, good results. Great attitude, great results. That's a beautiful gem from Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field. It's an amazing program. Now let's dive into more of this. If we find wisdom in the world within, we shall have the understanding to discern the marvelous possibilities that are latent in the world within, and we shall be given the power to make these possibilities manifest in the world without. Now I'm going to repeat that again. If you find wisdom in the world within, you shall understand to discern the marvelous possibilities that are latent in this world within. And you will be given the power to make these possibilities manifest in the world without. See, what's he talking about? He's talking about this inner world of ours that we all have access to, that we've all been given, where the solutions to every problem in our life lie. Now absorb that for a moment. That's in you. If you seek it, you will find the wisdom within you, of which is available to you at all times. That's another beautiful truth to grab onto. But remember, in order for you to understand it, you've got to dive into it, you've got to use it, you've got to apply it, you've got to practice it. And from there, the experience will happen. It's not going to happen if you just sit there and collect the information and say, oh, wow, I remember what Troy said about this and what Robert Hill wrote in here about this. No. See, it's through the use of it that you will receive the wisdom. This is why I repeat this so much. This is why I'm frequently saying to you again and again and again, what's the name of the game? Application. You've got to use it. Now, as we become conscious, remember what consciousness is? It's when it's embedded within you subconsciously. It's when you believe it, when it's part of your thought process. As we become conscious of the wisdom in the world within, we mentally take possession of this wisdom. And by taking mental possession, we come into actual possession of the power and wisdom necessary to bring into manifestation the essentials necessary for our most complete and harmonious development. Now, I want to emphasize the first part of this. It's tied to taking possession of it. Remember, you cannot give what you don't have. When you take possession of something, that means you've accepted it. It's in you. When it's not there, when you don't have that understanding, you don't have possession of it. You have a knowledge of it, which is not the same thing as an understanding. The point being is that if you want to take possession of what's being shared with you here, you've got to go through it. You've got to use it. You've got to apply it in your life. From there, that's when the aha moments will come into play. That's when you'll say, oh my gosh, I understand it. And then from there, you'll be able to transfer it.